just wanted to give you a heads up. We've got another review. And this is another one of the Emax-Designs. Now, this one I wasn't sure about exactly what they would look like because we know, as most things, pictures are deceiving. But I wanted to show you this, and it came in, this says it's the 10-piece gold and black, and this is the Emax-Design makeup brushes, and these are new, and it comes in this pouch, okay? And then all of the brushes come in this pouch, and they're all inside here, and I actually took them out to show you guys, but that's what they are. That's what they come in. And I've already used one brush, so I'm in search of that brush right now to show you guys. But first, these are all their sets, okay? And it comes with a flat angle Kabuki brush, which blends foundation onto hard-to-reach areas of the face, especially around the cheekbones and contours the nose. And then you have the flat Kabuki, which is flat. So what we're going to do is we're going to check these out. And this is the angled Kabuki brush, and they all come in this plastic, and they're all black, flat black. They're really smooth handle. They have the gold design, which is really sturdy. The glue is holding. The brush is so soft. And that is the angled Kabuki brush, okay? And this one, they said, is for around the nose areas and for contouring, for blending in the contour. As with all good brushes, when you first get them, do not use them on your face unless you're going to use your makeup. I would suggest washing them first, but that is the first brush that they were talking about. And that goes in their little pouch. The second one that we were talking about is a flat Kabuki. It's an application of liquid or cream cosmetics to flat areas of the face, such as the forehead area here and the cheeks. Okay, so let's take a look here. And this is a flat Kabuki brush. I don't know if you guys have ever seen one of these, and I'll take it out of its plastic so you guys can see that. That is a flat Kabuki brush. It is completely flat on the top, okay? And it is fluffed round, as you can see. So you've got a flat top, which is white, and then you have, of course, the actual brush itself. All of the bristles are finely compacted, so the brush is actually very soft, and you have the gold stem, and then you have your handle. These are actually a short handle, which is great for me. I need a new set of brushes. These are going to come in handy. I've already used one. When we get to that brush, I'll give you a review on this whole pack. So we're going to put that one in there, and that one goes also in the Emax-Design little pouch. That's 2. Now, number 3 is an angled Kabuki buff cream blush or bronzer. Okay? Now, that's this one. This one is a smaller one. So we call this the medium Kabuki brush. There is a large, which you just saw, and this is the medium one. This is the medium Kabuki brush, and this one is actually a number 4 on their list. This one has a rounded top, so I don't know if you guys can see that. It is not flat. It is actually rounded, and it goes from top to bottom. Actually, the way a Kabuki brush is cut when it's rounded is from the bottom to the top, and it is actually rounded on all sides. And this one is perfectly tapered and ready to work. So this would be great for the stubborn mineral foundations that you guys and I use that we're having a hard time blending. This would be one of those great brushes. This also carries that nice gold design with the black handle. And of course, it comes in its own plastic case as well. So, that is number 4. And that goes in our new Emax bag that they sent us to keep the brushes in. Number 5 is a rounded Kabuki blend mineral cosmetics into skin. Well, let's see. Which one is that one? That is number 5. And that would be, is it this one? Yes, it is. It would be this one. This one is the number 5. This is the round Kabuki brush. This one is a rather medium size, again, and it's rounded. It's completely rounded. All the ends actually come to a point at the top and round off. It is completely rounded at the top. It has this gold finish as well in metal. And then you have, of course, the base. These are nice because the bristles are nice and soft. The gold is nice and sturdy. It's not coming off. It's not coming loose. That's what I like about a Kabuki brush. And that, of course, also comes in its sanitary plastic case. That also goes in easy transportable Emax bag, which is velvet on the outside, and it is a cottony liner kind of thing with 2 drawstrings, which is a good idea for those makeup artists like myself and others that travel. That's a great idea. So now we have the precision set. This is number 6, the precision flat angle. This is used for precision applications of concealer products on the face. Like as if you were trying to get it into here, or if you're trying to get it to float into the sink inside the crow's lines. This is a precision brush. This is number 6. This is an angled precision brush, which of course I'm having an issue finding because I'm a dope. Which is funny because we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and now we're on 6, and I cannot find out which one is this little bugger. This is probably the one that I was using, which I can no longer find now, which I don't know which one it is. Oh, here it is. Okay. That's cute. Okay. So, it would be, well, that is that. I guess this would be my favorite because, these are all a concealer brush, but what I'm going to tell you is most times concealer brushes you can use for eyeshadow and stuff like that. So I'm going to show you their precision set, and this is a set of 5, and then I'm going to tell you which one's the best. So we're going to go in order. This flat angle is here. This is the flat angle, which happens to be my actual favorite. And this flat angle precision brush is used for concealer products on your face. This is number 6. That is the flat one. That is what I use for my precision for my eyeshadow now. In the corners, it gets right into here. There is no mess, no fuss. It doesn't even leave powder residue with the fallout, which is a good thing. As of course, it is tapered. It goes up to a point. And of course, it's got its own plastic seal. It's got its gold face, and it's got its gold connection, okay? And that's all the way around, of course, and then you have your flat base. It also comes in its protected case, which I like to put them in there after use so the stuff that's in the air does not harm my brushes. So that's that one. We'll talk a little bit more about this one in a second. And the next one is the Precision Flat Stipple Concealer on Sunspots, Blemishes, and Other Imperfections. So, that would be a stipple brush, and that is number 7. And that would be the flat top brush, and that would be this one. This is the flat top brush, this is their stipple brush, and this is completely flat on the top. I don't know if you guys can see that. It is completely flat. It is rounded at the center, completely flat, has its gold taper, and then of course it's got the wonderful black handle, as always, in its plastic case. This would be great for patting on this way if you were doing underneath your brows, or even for contouring your nose, or just for that little teeny Cupid's bow. No, I have a Cupid's bow and it's really pronounced. That's a good idea for that one. That one also goes in its case. Then we have number 8. Precision Angle. Apply product to areas beside the nose, which is here, or in the hollow of your cheeks. I don't really have a hollow of my cheek, seriously, because I have a cheek area. There's the bone. This is supposed to be the hollow, but my jaw has dropped because of my disability, so I really don't have a hollow of my area, which would be really kind of weird to try to figure it out where it is, but I'm sure I don't have one. Well, I always have been. This is number 8, and this is this strange looking beast here. This one is kind of weird because it's fuzzy, and we always use these as blending brushes because of how fuzzy they are and because of their angle. This is fuzzy. It's angled, okay? It goes from bottom to top. It is also, these are also soft. It's got the gold as well, and it's got the plastic case, but you also have the black, and it's not lacquered on here. I like the fact that these are so completely soft that the bristles barely move when you use your light touch, which is what I always use. I don't use anything harsh. Please do not be rough on your brushes, because the rougher you are, the harder it is to replace them, especially good brushes. Even brushes that are not good, I would suggest not being too rough on. And of course, this goes into the plastic and goes back into our bag. Now, we have number 9. Number 9 reminds me of the one brush that I love the most. I was overly excited when I saw this in the package the other day. And because the one that I have is stiff, and it's as stiff as this, except that one is completely more stiff. I don't know how you would go about saying that, but it's 5 times stiffer to where it's a hard, stiff brush. And this one happens to be a more softer version of it, which is kind of neat because I like the one tilted brush. And these are a 360 angle brush. These are amazing. This is the one that I use in my other set, and it's the one that I'm going to keep forever and ever. These brushes are the ones that I use the most. These are the ones that I use actually for blending. Most people don't use it for blending, but this is the type that I use because I have the hooded eyes. When I look at somebody, I've got, you know, just a little tiny bit, and unless I'm looking downward, I've got this little tiny bit that you can see, but I always bring my eyeliner, my eyeshadow up a little bit further. So what I do is I take this and I go back in, and I actually do a circle pattern over it, so it actually blends it in a whole lot better. These things are amazing. I have the hard stiff brush of this in another company, and I use that usually to pack on the eyeshadow in that area. This one will be definitely used for blending that out, and this is actually one of the brushes that I am so glad came in this pack. So, this one is the next to go into the pack. Now, we have the last brush, or so it seems. The last brush is a precision round eyeshadow base or primer onto the lid. This is the one that I've been looking for because I'm having an issue with my primer putting it on. I have a sticky primer. I don't want to use that, so I'm not going to use this. But for the other bases that I do use, I'd like to be able to put on a base that's liquid or cream and be able to use it without having an issue. I have been having an issue in trying to use a whole assortment of brushes. I actually blew one of the brushes using it, which is a contour brush. I'm not going to mention the name of it, but I'm going to show you what happened with this brush. And this is the reason I was so excited. And this is all the way around, and I'm really not going to show you who makes this brush. But this is a concealer brush, and this is what happened. I had just taken this brush, okay, and put it in water for a minute and walked away. I'd come back to this, okay? This bothers me. This means that the lacquer that they put on there has just cracked, and it is peeling off and coming off everywhere. And yeah, to the makers of this brush, that's all I have to say. And the maker of that brush knows who they are. Sadly, it wasn't even worth the money. Anyway, that's why I'm excited about this brush. Because this brush is one of my favorites. This is the eyeshadow brush. This is the one that they're saying that's the eyeshadow brush, but honestly, you can use any assortment of the brushes. This one is their one that they're saying is for applying your eyeshadow base, etc., etc. And honestly, you can apply your eyeshadow base with this one. You can apply your eyeshadow with this one. You can sit there and blend and buff it out or anything. This is their precision round eyeshadow base or primer brush. It is completely round and fluffy, and of course they're all soft. They all carry the gold metal, and of course they carry the base, which is non-lacquered, as you can see. So that means if you do put this in water, like I did the other brush, it will not explode. And of course, as usual, it comes in its case. Now, I had skipped over one, which is kind of funny, because we did an angled kabuki brush, a flat kabuki brush, a flat kabuki brush, and a taper kabuki brush, and a round kabuki brush. But there was something weird. Okay? Those are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. We missed one. Now here's the one that we missed. And there was a reason I missed this one. And you're going to notice it right away. And it's not a bad thing. Not at all. This is their round kabuki for blending minerals. There's a reason why I turned around and decided to do this one last. This one I have not used yet. And I am dying to use this one. And we are going to do a tutorial with this one. This happens to be another one of my favorites out of this brush line. Emax-Designs has taken above and beyond care of how they make their brushes. I did have a little concern about it because of the fact that the base in these brushes are brand new. I would suggest that Emax, since they are put out brand new and right off of their process line, that there is a hint smell from their lacquer that they do use to seal. That was the first thing that I had the issue with, and the only thing. But it's not in the bristles. Okay, the smell comes from the base of this brush. That's easily handled. Little coconut oil and you're done. Or just leave them out. Keep them in the plastic case, put them in a brush thing, and you're done. That was the only concern I had, and I had to make sure that it wasn't in the bristles. Because most people are complaining that the smell is in the bristles, and it's horrible, and everything, and they couldn't get it out, and the smell was so bad, and no, this one, it smells that way in its package because the package is brand new. These brushes have not touched anybody else. These brushes have come off their assembly line, packaged, and shipped to Amazon, to the Amazon warehouse, and then shipped directly to their customers. So these brushes have never touched air before until now. These brushes are actually, I don't want to put them on my skin because I just kind of washed my skin and I'm kind of sweating, so I really don't want the grease transfer or the oil transfer from my face to the brushes, but these are so soft. This is the mineral brush. This is the one that I actually have been dying to get a hold of as well, because there are two types of mineral brushes. These things actually soak up quite a lot of product, and the thing is that these brushes are so soft that even if they do, the transfer rate onto your skin is minimum. So what you want to do is you can work with this brush with the powder on it. You put the powder on. What you do is, I like to, and I don't know of anybody else who likes to do this, but I take it and I actually swirl in the top, and then I tap it off, and then I swirl in the top and tap it off, and swirl in the top and tap it off, and do it lightly so it builds in the brush into one of these brushes. And then you go around in a circle pattern. Please don't go across your face with a mineral powder. It leaves lines and cakes and everything else. You want to go in a circle, and as small of a circle pattern as you can across your face. Okay, the first pass is all the way across your face. You want to go in upward strokes, not downward, please. You don't want to sag face. And it's from the bottom up, and then from here out. Then, if that's not enough coverage for you, do it a second time. Usually with these brushes, as being as soft as they are, one time is enough coverage. This one also has the gold stem, and then it's black lacquer base, which has no lacquer finish, which means this company took the extra care to make sure that their brushes are up to makeup standards, our standards, not just what they want, but what we want. And now, we're going to talk a little bit more about my favorite brush, which is the number 6 of their line. which is the precision flat angled used for precision application creamer products on your face. This brush. Now, everybody has been talking about eyeshadows and stuff and how we are having such a hard time as, not as a beginner, but as a person who's been doing makeup for a long time. It's easier to do it on somebody else than it is yourself. And I'm going to take one of the Ulta, and I really don't remember the name of this, so I'm going to look. And it's from their shimmering set, and it's number 650, okay? And it is actual black shimmer. I don't know if you guys can see that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this brush, and I'm going to show you this, because this is really cool with this. And I'm going to go in, and I'm just going to see, there's the tip. I'm going to touch twice. Okay? That is packed on there. Okay? Packed. Now, most people don't want to tap it or anything. I'm going to show you this, because this is kind of cool, and it's only happening with this brush that I've seen. I'm going to touch it to the corner of my eye. I don't know if you guys can see that, but when I touched it, okay, if you look closely, it does pack it on really, really nice, and it does a blending job if you keep going over it. Okay? There is no fallout under here, although there was some on my fingers. Now I've got it on my face, but there is no fallout under here. That's the one big, huge thing, and I'm going to do that again. I'm going to go back into that eyeshadow, and I'm going to do a line on the other side so you guys can see this. And now I'm going to come in close so you guys can see under my eye. There is no fallout. I did not blow on that brush. I did not tap on that brush. I did nothing to that brush. There is no fallout. There's a reason. This brush is actually so soft that it actually pulls in the minerals, okay, and the pigment powders. Now, there is still a lot of pigment left in this brush, so you can blend it and 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 blend it. And as you can see, you can keep going and blend it. And I'm not even, see, most people do a circle pattern, which I don't like. Do an upward or down stroke on it, okay? And just blend it in that way. Especially with these brushes, I mean, you can actually, if you wanted to travel with it, you could. And travel it over so it looks like an eyeshadow. I mean, the things you can do with this brush is just amazing. And it happens to be one of my new favorites. I'm in love with this brush. I'm completely shocked with this company. I'm seriously shocked. That was an Ulta eyeshadow, and Ulta eyeshadows have fallout major. So does Too Faced Cosmetics, so do most companies. But this came just in time. Emax-Designs. You had just gotten your registered trademark, I don't know how long ago, but I do have to say that I am desperately in love with your brushes. There's nothing else to say about your brushes except for they are just amazing. Between the wig that we did a review on, which I'll show you guys again, which is the purple, which we have here, which is hanging up, which I don't want to disturb, that all you use is cold or warm water with a little bit of shampoo, wash it, rinse, and brush it, and that's it. And it even gives you care instructions on how to do that. Where to get it on Amazon, at you can also go to their site, which is www.emaxdesigns.com, and of course their email, which I will post for you guys, and of course their brushes, which we just did a review on just now. Now these, how to clean. All your brushes should be cleaned once before use to eliminate the smell that I was telling you about. Soak the brush in warm water and add a little shampoo for 30 minutes. That's what I did with the other brush, and as you can see, that's not a very good thing. As a makeup person, as an artist, as someone who does makeup for the general public, like you guys, I want a brush that's not going to explode or do with that thing like it did, and these are definitely it. They said after cleaning it, use facial tissue or makeup cleaning tissue to squeeze the water out of the brush by pressing it softly. Don't squish it. Just tap it. Okay? Don't twist the brush hairs. It'll make them loose and fall out, which is normal. We all know that. Don't use a dryer or expose the brush to sunshine. Otherwise, it may damage your brushes. You can hang it and let the air and direct the floor to air dry, so it would be kind of this way. I'll open this pouch and show you guys what they mean with that. Hang it upside down, basically. And if you've got one of these camera things like I do, it's really easy. You just clip it onto it. And they said instead of having it like this, because if you do it like this, all of the water travels into the stem and actually loosens up the glue in here, and it causes a whole lot of stuff. They want you to put it this way. So it's down. Okay? No big deal. And then once they're dry, you know, and everything, put them back in their plastic cases. Or if you are a makeup enthusiast and have spent that extra money that you have a makeup brush carrier, or, okay, for $2 you can make yourself a brush stand, which is probably what I'm going to do because these brushes are so amazing that, yeah, they need to be displayed. But I wanted you guys to check out these two things because these two things were something I was not expecting. I was not expecting Emax-Designs to actually contact me. I was actually looking at their stuff before they contacted me, and I'm more, as far as the wig is concerned, I love the blue purple. They do have other colors, which is a purple, which this one is more of a bluish purple. They have a blue cos wig as well. They had a white cos wig, and then they had the red. I like the red and the white. I'd love to try the red and the white. I'd like to look like I have white hair for a day. I'm wondering what that would actually look like. This color is dark blue purple. They have colors dark blue, purple, red, light blonde. This one is more of a, I guess it would be their dark purple that we were just reviewing. It kind of has a bluish tint to it to me. I mean, most purples do. But it is more on the purple side to than their blue. I'm more interested in the red and the white. So, Emax-Designs, if you do hear this, you know, hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. As far as your guys' brushes, yeah. This is your makeup contour brush set. I'm in love with it. Thank you so much. I love the way it applies my eyeshadow. I love the way that it doesn't give me all that huge fallout. And I am desperately in love with the softness of these brushes. These brushes I'm going to keep for a very long time. I probably will be ordering a set of these. They're definitely worth the buy. I have not checked to see how much, if they are on sale or not. 9 times out of 10 they are on sale on Amazon. Even if they're not, they're still worth the buy. They're not going to be over 40 bucks. That's just it. They are not the kind of brushes that are going to be over 40 bucks. They do say you get what you pay for. I'm sorry, but in this case, the brushes are well worth more than Emax-Designs is charging for them. So is the wig, and the wig is really, really nice. And I want to show you guys this before we go, so you guys can see, because I was talking about in the last review for Emax-Designs about the wig and the actual inside. Well, first, Emax-Designs gives you a brush, which is, of course, the comb is a standard wig comb with the metal teeth and everything. And then they give you this wig cap, which is kind of cool because this thing is really, really nice and it doesn't make me sweat. Now, this is the inside of the wig. I'm going to show you guys this because this is kind of cool because some wigs don't really have this anymore. But this is a wig cap and a wig cap. This is a wig cap and a wig cap. And as you can see, it's got everything you need, including the centerpiece, where everything is bonded into the center at the top of the wig. Not at the center in the little pieces here, there, and everywhere, so it looks like a sprawled out mess. They actually did in the center. They actually put a glue plate there, and that's really good. The best part about it is this. I wish this was adjustable, though. I mean, Air Max Emax-Designs, we've got a little issue with these. Can we get an adjustable on here, please, so we can make it tighter or looser? That would be great. Even though this does not come off, and it's not really easy to come off after it's locked in, I do have the concern that it may fall off my head at one time, but it's not a huge concern because of the way the wig is built and that is built. But for someone with a big fat head like me, I do have that concern. I'm sure you'll come out with a wig that does have an adjustable, or you can add an adjustable to that because it does have a clip, which is not a problem. But as far as the wig itself, the wig is gorgeous, and I did have fun wearing it for 2 days, and I did have fun with people making comments about it, like, oh, wow, that is really, really purple. And they weren't rude comments, so it was actually kind of fun to be walking around and having Emax-Design on my head and being able to tell people where I actually got the wig from Emax and direct them to Emax-Designs. So that, again, just so you guys know, those brushes that we just reviewed and the purple wig that I just showed you was from Emax, /design, DESIGN.com. And I'm going to place that link on the bottom so you guys can check them out under both reviews for the wig and these brushes. So that's about it, guys. So I'm hoping we get another review in sometime this week or next week, because we're looking at doing a few good products. Hopefully they're as good as Emax-Design and the other companies that we're doing. So as far as customer service on Emax-Designs, they are top-notch. I've had no problems with them whatsoever. They are right on the ball. They are not only professional, they are very, very nice. So Emax-Designs, yeah, you're rated #1. So with that said, guys, have fun. Use your makeup brushes. Go out and pick out a new one. Go a little wild with a wig if you have to. But just be good to each other. Bye.